We're going to answer your immigration questions. Let's go to Anne Marie. Anne Marie, how are you?
I'm good, Brad.
What's going on?
Boy, a lot of things has been going on, Brad.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm asking a question for myself, and I'm asking one for a friend.
Okay.
All right, this one is for a friend. They've been temporarily placed in a shelter, but they have a pending adjustment of status. They said if how long they can stay in the shelter without becoming a public charge, and if they're placed, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
And if they're placed in housing, if it will be a public charge as well.
It would be a public charge with the 944 forms. It would be a public charge. Don't worry about it right now because Biden, as president in January, is going to change all of those public charge laws. Nevertheless, those 944 forms are going to go bye-bye. I can almost assure you. And we don't want anybody leaving housing or leaving the shelter to go live on a street just because they're scared about public charge provisions. So for right now, stay where you are.
Okay. And another question. A friend of mine, he got arrested, right?
Yes.
But the case was dismissed. But he said he pled guilty to the charge.
Well, if the case was dismissed, then he didn't plead guilty. If he pled guilty, then the charge wasn't dismissed. It's one or the other. You can't have both ways. Let's go back to Anne Marie. Anne Marie. But Anne Marie, you got to do me a favor, okay? All the kids screaming in the background. Thank you. You can't. Anne Marie, you there? Anne Marie.
Hello?
Hi, Anne Marie.
Yes, Brad.
Yeah. You can't.
He pled guilty, but the charge was dismissed.
You can't. No, you don't understand. There's no such thing as plead guilty and charge dismissed. It's one or the other.
So I should let him call you, right?
Yes, because you can't.
And he said that he applied for a visitor's visa, but on the visitor's visa, the agency didn't put it on the visitor's visa.
All right, so he's all messed up because number one, you can't plead guilty and then have it dismissed. It's one or the other. Then he made a misrepresentation and lied, so he's got all sorts of problems. Tell him to call me. All right.
Okay, Brad. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's go to Stacy. Stacy in Pittsburgh. Stacy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, Brad. I just want to ask a question for my cousin.
Yes.
She wanted to know if her grandmother could file for her.
There's no such thing as grandma filing for anybody.
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah. But you can, how old's your cousin?
She's 30. She's also married, too.
No such thing as grandma filing for 30-year-olds.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
All right. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Candace in Brooklyn. Candace.
Hi, Brad. Good night. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. Could be better.
Okay.
Everybody's like high on anxiety, waiting for these results.
Yep. Everyone's on edge.
So I had a.
But I feel pretty confident right now. But we'll see what happens.
Well, is it true Arizona came in blue? Came in Democrat?
It's coming in Democrat. It has not been declared Democrat yet.
Okay.
But if you were watching earlier, if Biden does win Arizona and does win Nevada, he's the president. And we believe that's what's going to happen, but we don't know for another day or two.
Okay. So, first question. Do you believe that the fees, do you think that the injunction will still remain in for the month of November? My husband wants
for filing
to put
fees?
it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to stay at the 7
for a while.
something?
Yes.
Okay. Brain freeze. What was my next? My next question was, Lord, shoot. I think I forgot my next question.
We're only left.
Yeah. Okay. But I think I wanted to. Oh, what is the time frame for if you are filing for your mother? If you're filing, if you're a citizen and your mother's in the islands, what's the time frame for you?
Year and change.
Do you think filing for the siblings, do you think that's going to ever go back to a decent time frame?
No.
Why? Why does it take 15 years?
Because they give 40,000 green cards a year to siblings of U.S. citizens. And when you say that's that 40,000, let's say you file for your brother, and your brother's married and has 3 kids. That's 5 green cards right from the top. Okay, so they estimate that there's about, if there's a 15-year wait and they do 40,000 a year, so the estimate's got to be that there's 600,000 people online for green cards who are filed for by their brothers and sisters. So if you think about it, waiting online for a movie, they only have 40,000 tickets a year. The line moves very slowly. It's exactly why it's so slow. So when you ask me, do I think it's going to get better? The answer is no. I don't see a situation where there's a law change and the law says we're going to give more green cards to brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. I don't see that happening.
No. Okay, let me ask you another question. If you are filing to become a citizen, but say, for instance, you committed a crime 15, 20 years ago, is it just 5 years of good character is needed?
No, because you may have committed a crime 30 years ago that may make you a deportable alien. They can put you in deportation. You may have committed a crime after 1990 that's an aggravated felony that bars you from ever becoming a U.S. citizen. So 30 years ago is 1990. If you have an aggravated felony after November 17th, 1990, you can never become a citizen. So, that when you have any criminal record and you're going to file for your citizenship, you need to speak to a lawyer first. All right?
Okay, because you kind of open up a can of worms.
Correct. Let them come and see me. Let them come and see me. Oh. All right? Thanks for calling.
All right, Brad. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to Dan in Seattle. Dan.
Yeah. Hello, Brad. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir. Yeah, and by the way, thank you for what you're doing. You're very helpful to all of us here. I don't know how many times people have the opportunity to thank you. I see there are not very many people on the call, so I'll do that now.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah, my first question is, I heard some talk that this fee for citizenship was changing.
Yeah, there was, and then there was a lawsuit that Trump did not follow, or the Trump administration did not follow the proper procedures in changing the filing fees. So there was an injunction put on it, and that injunction is being held until the resolution of the case, which will take months and months and months. And assuming Biden becomes president, it's not going to change. Now, maybe Biden changes filing fees in the future, but certainly for the month of November, that's the old filing fees. I don't know what January, February, March, April, May will bring.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Now, my second question is it ever a bad thing to file the N-400 with letters of recommendations? Well, they're not real letters of recommendations, but they're letters of good moral characters. Let's say from my employer. And
why do you need letters of good moral character?
I don't think I need it, but
in other words, if you come into your citizenship interview, you've never been arrested, you've never done anything unlawful in your life, you pay your taxes, you don't owe child support, or if you do owe child support, you're up to date on it. There's nothing in your history that would say you're a bad person, then the presumption is you're a good person. You don't need those letters.
Okay. On that note, sir.
Only when you have a whole bunch of arrests, or some other issue where you know that when you go to that interview, they're going to say you're a person of bad moral character, and you say, well, I got this whole stack of letters from people that say I'm a good guy. Here it is.
Sure. On that note, sir, I have a ticket from driving from 4 years ago, driving without insurance.
All right. Well, that doesn't make you a bad person.
Okay. But what would be your advice, though? Do you think I shouldn't include because I have great letters of recommendation.
I don't think you need it. I wouldn't submit it. But what you can do is bring it to your interview. And if you feel there's any issue with your moral character because you have a ticket for not paying your insurance, you can say, well, I have all these letters with me. Would you like to see them?
Okay. Now, my last question, since there's no one else waiting on the call.
Well, we have a lot of people, but I'm happy to talk to you now. As soon as I said there was nobody, everyone went, whoosh, all called.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I file the paperwork with immigration for my brother. I know this is going to take a long time, and I'm willing to wait. Does that put in jeopardy, let's say in 2 years from now, he goes to apply for a visa?
Yes. Because he's shown an intent to get a green card, so it's less likely.
So that's the catch, huh?
Yeah. Not to say he won't get it, but it's much less likely that he will get a visitor's visa.
Okay, so he has to overcome that burden.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's go to Sandra in Beltsville, Maryland. Sandra.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Good. What's going on?
I'm calling because in 1993 I pleaded guilty for credit card theft. I want to see what are my options.
You pled guilty to credit card theft.
Yes.
And what year was this?
1993.
1993. What was the allegation, that you used credit cards that were not yours?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What was the allegation against you for the credit card theft? I mean, did you use credit cards that were not yours? Was that basically what happened? How much was the value in the credit cards that you used?
I think it was $1,000.
$1,000. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did you get your green card?
1982.
1982. And how old were you when you got your green card?
I was 12.
Okay. Was your mom or dad a citizen before you were 18, by the way?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
Both of them passed away already.
Okay. But do you believe they were, or you don't know?
I'm not sure, no.
You're not sure. Okay. And is that your only arrest ever in your life?
Yes.
All right. So, have you, excuse me, have you ever applied for citizenship?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have not tried because I'm a little bit nervous about that.
All right. So,
and I haven't renewed my green card either because of that.
All right. So let me let you start sleeping well at night. You have one crime of moral turpitude that was committed more than 5 years after your entry into America. That is not a deportable offense then. Why is it a crime of moral turpitude? You have a theft offense. I assume you did not go to jail for more than a year. I should have asked that question. Did you go to jail for more than a year?
No, I didn't go to jail.
Okay.
It was probation.
Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. All right. So it would only prevent you from becoming a citizen well, let me take it even a step back. You only have a concern if the crime that you committed is an aggravated felony or is going to make you deportable. Okay? Number one, it's not an aggravated felony. Why? Because in theft or fraud offenses, you're an aggravated felon if you were sentenced to jail for more than a year, or the loss to the victim was more than $10,000. The victim here is the credit card company. You said it was $1,000, so the credit card company lost $1,000, so it is not an aggravated felony. It is a crime of moral turpitude. A crime of moral turpitude is something that you do with a bad intent, a bad mind. Obviously, somebody steals a credit card. I'm not calling you a bad person, but this is life. This is what the law says. Somebody steals a credit card, uses it knowing that it's not theirs. That's a bad mind, bad intent. It's a crime of moral turpitude. What the law says is that if you have one crime of moral turpitude and it occurred more than 5 years after your entry into America, safe. If it happened less than 5 years, not safe. If you have two crimes of moral turpitude, you're not safe, but you only have this one arrest ever. So you're perfectly okay. When I say safe, let me make clear what safe is. Safe means they can't deport you on that. They can find you inadmissible if you left the United States and traveled back. There's different laws for traveling into America than there is if you just stay here. So, assuming you're not traveling, safe. It happened more than 5 years after your entry into America. You've had a green card for more than 7 years. It's not an aggravated felony. File your citizenship. You're fine. I can help you.
Can I do this through you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Imwan.
Yes, good afternoon, Brad. How are you?
How are you? How do you pronounce your name?
My name is Umwa.
Amwa. Okay, nice to meet you.
Same here. I have two questions, actually, I wanted to ask. I filed for my citizenship, right? And for the section D where it has good moral character,
Right.
where it talked about have you been arrested, detained, I put no, but I did have a traffic ticket that I paid in 2017.
That's not an arrest unless they pulled you out of the car and brought you to the police station.
Okay, they never did that. Okay.
Okay.
Then the second question I have is, when do I start studying for my test?
Now. I mean, you don't
Now?
you don't have to start studying. I mean, I don't know. You know, how good of a student are you? I mean, are you the type of person who can cram something in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Or-
my GP is 4. I'm on a good GP.
Okay, fine. So 2 weeks before.
Okay.
2 weeks before.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
You're very
much.
welcome.
And thank you for the job you're doing, especially people from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian,
Yes.
so I am grateful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Be well. We have a lot of Nigerians watching. Trisha in Hinesville, Georgia. Trisha,
Hi, good night.
how are you?
All right, I'm good. Kind of stuck between my daughter. She got adopted in September. The adoption actually started like from last year, but the first court date we got was March. But because of COVID, they had to give us a later date. She turned 18 in May, so adoption was finalized and everything. The Vital Records Office, however, they were like, they couldn't issue me a change of, with the name change and everything.
Wait. You're adopting a child.
No, my husband adopted the child. This is my child. We're from Jamaica.
Why is your husband adopting your child?
He's adopting all 3 of my kids, but my 2 little ones, the father will not sign off on their adoption, so he adopted the first one.
Is this to get them green cards?
No, they live here.
They live here.
came up.
They all
yes.
have green cards already.
Yes, they have a 10-year green card
Okay,
here.
so this is more about them becoming a citizen automatically.
Technically, no, he doesn't have kids, so, I mean, he's been raising them for over 5 years.
No, I'm saying you're calling, your question is they have green cards. At first I thought he's doing this to get them a green card, but they already have green cards.
Yes, that's correct.
So what you're doing is by doing this adoption by a U.S. citizen, that they would become automatic citizens if the adoption was signed off by a judge before their 18th birthday.
That would be true, but I applied for my oldest, yes, because I applied for citizenship this month.
No, it would be your husband. It would be your husband because he's a citizen, I presume.
Yes, he's born here, yes.
So what is the question that you have today?
All right. Based on what the Vital Records Office is telling me, they're telling me that I have to talk to an immigration lawyer because even though she was adopted here, they cannot issue a change of, I guess it wouldn't be a birth certificate, but whatever they do, the certificate showing his name and the name change, basically.
But you have an order from a judge ordering that.
The judge gave me
because you can't go to vital statistics because the child wasn't born in where you're in Georgia. The child wasn't born in Georgia. The child was born in Jamaica. So for life, the child will have a birth certificate in one name and an order certified order from a judge saying your name is now this. And those 2 documents together are proof of her name.
Okay.
You're not going to amend. You can't amend a birth certificate from a birth that happened in Jamaica in the state of Georgia. Now, what you also can do, is if we have a certified adoption certificate that was signed by a judge before the child's 18th birthday, and we have proof that that child lives in the same home as the adopted parent, which I assume, who's a U.S. citizen, that child automatically derived U.S. citizenship. You then file an N-600 with immigration, and on that N-600, you would change the child's name, and the child would get, or now it's an adult or whatever your daughter's name is, would get a certificate of citizenship in your husband's name. And then she would use that certificate of citizenship as proof of her name for the rest of her life.
Okay.
Got it?
All right. Yeah, I got it. The thing was, as I said, she already turned 18 by the time everything was finalized.
So if she
So
was already it's when the judge signed it. So if she was already over 18, then she changes her name when she naturalizes. How long she had a green card?
She just had it a year. She got 9 more years to go.
So then you got 4 more years, and then she can change her name on the naturalization.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's go to Bunja in Chicago. Bunja.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much, Brett. Thank you, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Bunja. What's up?
Yeah, I have two questions. I filed for my I-715, like four months ago, but I want to go to my country for holiday, but, do you think it's safe to go to my country?
It's the I-751. You got a receipt back extending your green card 18 months, right?
Yeah, I got the extension,
Okay, yeah, as long as you have the extension, travel with the extension and the expired green card and a valid passport, you're good to go.
Yeah, how long do I need to be out of the country?
Don't stay out for more than 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And the second question, I'm sorry, I have to, file my N-400 in a couple of months, like 5-6 months. Do you think right now, if I got a divorce, it's going to affect the
Yes, because if
application?
you get a divorce, then you're no longer in a bona fide marriage with your wife, and in order to become a citizen based on 3 years of permanent residence, you got to be living with her. So that would affect that, obviously.
But I'm safe to travel, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
Jesse in Tampa.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me, Brett? Yes?
I said hello. Yes, I hear you well.
So I have a friend. He's worried about his criminal case, and he said if he could be a citizen anytime soon. He has a Class C misdemeanor with it's dismissed.
He has a Class C misdemeanor that was dismissed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What was the Class C misdemeanor for?
It's like an empty bag of weed. Like he was in a different county.
Okay. So he had some weed. He got arrested. The case was dismissed.
No, not no weed. No weed at all. He drove off. It was a ticket. He drove off that day. He got a lawyer and got it dismissed. But some empty bags, no weed.
All right. Whatever he was arrested for, the case was dismissed. When did this happen?
February.
Okay.
This year.
And how long has he had a green card?
He got his green card this month.
The same month. All right. Well, citizenship you can't get a citizenship yet. If the case was dismissed, his green card is safe. He's perfectly fine. He doesn't have a criminal record. Assuming this is his only arrest ever in his lifetime, he should be able to file a citizenship. You're allowed to have a bad day. The case was dismissed. It was a minor offense. They dismissed the case. You should be okay. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.